Hi ladies and gentlemen, good morning or good evening to everyone. Welcome to the Mainframe Grow YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss HCL Mainframe interview questions and answers. First question is two input files are given. Two input files are given. Keep the match record. Keep the match record in one output file and unmatch record from first input file to another output file and unmatched record from the second input file to another output file. How will you perform it? So first approach is we can use the sort utility, and in the sort utility we have two files which contain first is a main file and second is the lookup file. So these contain these numbers 1000, 1001, 1003, 1005, and lookup contain 1000, 1002, 1003, and 1010 record. So our match file will contain the match record from both the file. We have 1000 record which is also available in lookup file, second file, and 1003 is also matching. So these two record will be stored in the match file, and no match one file will contain the no unmatched record from the first file. Like these two record are not matching, so these two will contain in this file, and these two are not matching, so this will contain in the non-matched 2 file. So we have used the join key here. Join key specify the key field of the file which has to be compared. Like these two file, main and lookup file, has to be compared, and these are the key fields which have to be compared. Like from the first column to fourth column, it has to be compared in both file. So join unpaired will do the full join, and reformat field, here is the question mark. So what is the question mark here used for? Here it will use the, like, if we put the b, so it will keep the match record into the match file. If we are keeping 1, so what it will do, it will means if it will check at the first position. If it is b, it means the records are matching. If we add the first position, if it is 1, it means unmatched record from the file 1 has to be copied into the output file, means non-match file. And non-match file also contain the like second non-match 2 file will contain the record from this unmatched record from the second file, which will be like it will contain at the first position from the second to fourth. So this when I have executed this at JCL, so these are our two files, and match record will contain the match record, and non-match one will contain the unmatched record from the first file. And this no match to file will contain the unmatched records from the second file. And this will and no match will contain the unmatched record from the first file. And the second approach is we can use the ICE tool utility. In this, like, we have two files, in1 and in2. So these are contain these number, and there is only one record is matching. This is matching. So our matching means our match file will contain this record. So what we have used here, we are using t1 file. Okay, this is temporary t1 file, and this is t2, this is a temporary t2 file. And in intermediate file, what it doing, it is keeping the record from both the file. So tool in we have used, first it will check the sort utility from in1 and to using CTL1. So it will apply the sort in at the in1, okay, and CTL1. So what it will do here, it will check sort field, it will sort it, and f name means we have used the out field, means it will put the output result into the t1 file, t1 temporary file. So what it will do, it will copy the 1 to 80 record from the in1 file, okay, and will keep the number 1 at the 81 position. And same in case of like sort from into using CTL2. So in this we are sorting the data and we are storing the data into the T2 output file, and it contain the first 1 to 80 record, and then it will contain the 2 at the 81st position, okay. And then in the sort int, like from int, so int, now int will contain the both sorted file and this record also 81 1 or 2 record, 1 to 1 and 2 data also. So what here it will do, it will use the CTL3 control, okay, control statement. So here it is sorting the file based on the 1 to 10th record and some field 81 1 JD. So at the 81 it is adding if there are duplicate record, okay. So what it will do, like in the T1 file it has put the here 1, okay, 1 1, and here 2 2 2 in front of all the record. So in the control third card, what will happen here, it will check whether their duplicate record exists. So there exists, so it will 1 plus 2. So what it will do, it will add that record like 3, so it is matching, and rest will be 1 1 and there is 2 2. So based on that we are copying into the output file match record, which will compare at the 81.3. So and we are copying the 1 to 80, that 80th column data, and in the file A we are checking the unmatched record from the first file, like we have stored the one value at the 81st position, so we are copying 1 to 80th column. And in the file B we are checking two number at the 81st position, so we are copying the 1 to 80th column in the file B. So when we have executed this file, so our job executed successfully, and these are the output sysout, which will contain the records like our this file A will contain the record from the first file, like 1 2 okay, 1 2 3, this record which are not matching. And file B will contain the record from the second unmatched record from the second file, and out will contain the match record from the both file, okay. And the second question is, have you seen with UR in DB2 query, and what did it means? UR mean uncommitted read, okay, and we use it for the select query only. We use it in the select query only, okay. And this is the faster option in all of the isolation level option, and it doesn't need the log, okay. Like we have the example, like we have SQL query select employee name from employee where emp id is the 001 with UR means uncommitted reads. We can use the URL in the select statement only. And what is copy pending and check pending in the DB2? So copy pending, like if you load the data with the log no option, and inline copy is not become successful, then load place a table space in the copy pending state, and when the table is loaded with enforce no option, then the table is left in the check pending state it means that the load utility didn't perform constraint checking. And the copy pending status will appear when image copy job fail while copying the data to tape or dash D. When we are copying the data from the table to the files and our job fails, so it our table status will go into the copy pending status, copy pending, and the check pending status will appear when the referential integrity violation between data in parent table with the child table during the program access. When RI violation means referential integration violation encounter the database, it immediately put it into the check pending status. In copy pending status, you cannot edit a table. Only you can run query on that table. While in check pending status, you can edit or load table by giving enforce no option. And fourth question is, what are differences between force complete and cancel? Okay, so when we have dependency, okay, so we should use the force complete option. And when we whether we have a when we don't have dependency, we can use any of the option. Okay, like if you cancel the job, it will be deleted from CA CA7 queue if there is any job dependent on the job completion of job, then it may not get triggered at all. In such situation, you should go for the force completion and then cancellation. If there is no dependency, then you can do any of the option, any one of the option. So when we have the dependency, okay, then you should use the force completion. Means when job have the successor or predecessor, so you should use the force completion option. What is GDG and what parameter do we use to define the GDG? GDG is group of data set that are related to each other chronologically or functionally. Each of these data set is called a generation, and generation number distinguish each generation from the other. What are the advantages of GDG? GDG dataset are referred in JCL using the GDG base and relative number. Relative number means +1 if you are creating the new GDG version, and if you are creating a second GDG version, you can use +2. So the same JCL can be used again and again without changing the dataset name, and this is the biggest advantage of GDG. And GDG base has pointer to all its generation. When you want to read all the transaction done till today, you can easily do it by reading the GDG base if it is available. Otherwise, you have to concatenate all the transaction files before reading. Means when you will use the GDG base, so all the files will be, all the GDG version will be read into the JCL, or you can say into the exec step. And what are parameter used? Name, limit, and means how many generation you want to keep, and empty, no empty option, scratch or non scratch option, you can use any of them. And what is this parameter? Like we have new, pass, delete parameter used for. So new means data doesn't exist, it will be created in this tab. And pass mean dataset is passed to the subsequent steps, means it will be that our dataset will be passed to the next steps in the same job, and each step can use the dataset only once. And delete means dataset is no longer required. So this is our current status, this is our normal status, and this is our abnormal status. So is it possible to write pass in place of delete? Like can we write the pass at this place or at this place? Is it possible? No, it is not possible. Not possible. Okay. Seventh question is, what is proc and how many type of procs exist? Set of job control statements that are frequently used are saved separately as procedure and invoke in the job. The use of procedures help in minimizing duplication of code and probability of error. This is because a procedure should consist of pre-tested statements. Each time a procedure is invoked, there is no need to retest its functionality since it is pre-tested. And what is in-stream procedure? When a procedure is placed in the same job, then it is called as in-stream procedure. They are started with the proc statement and end with the pend statement. They should be coded before the first exec statement. And what are catalog procedure? A procedure exists in a separate PDS, then it is called as a catalog procedure. Pend statement is not needed for the catalog procedure. One procedure can invoke another procedure. This is called nesting procedure. Nesting can be done till 15 level, but there is an indirect limit of 255 steps to be used. Like we have procedure proc means name the catalog or in stream procedure, and we JCL statement, then we write means what statement we want to perform, and this is pend means end of the in stream procedure. And you can execute the JCL statement contained in the catalog procedure by writing means you can execute the catalog procedure using the exec then procedure name. And question 8 is what is difference between stop, run, go back and exit program? So it means stop run, we should use the stop run in the main module only. It means it will stop the execution of the program and give control back to OS. With stop run, all the programs that are dynamically allocated are also deleted from the run unit. And go back, it is if used in subprogram, it give control back to the cold module. In a standalone module, it works same as the stop run by giving control back to OS. So this can be used both in the main and sub module. And exit program, this is valid only in the subprogram. This statement coded in subprogram gives the control back to the code program. It is just like the go back used in the subprogram, same as go back. Exit program doesn't change the status of the file use, means whether the file is open or closed, it doesn't change the status of the file. When we use the like exit statement or go back statement. What are differences between if and evaluate statements? Means there is no end to the depth of COBOL nested if statements. It means we can use the any number of if statement, nested if statement. But when the COBOL program has to examine a variable for more than two level, means when like first level and second level, and this is our third level, okay, and this is fourth level. So evaluate is more preferred choice. Evaluate statement in COBOL is faster than nested if else statement. Evaluate verb is a replacement of series of if else statement. It can be used to evaluate more than one condition. Evaluate statement in COBOL is similar to case or switch statement of other languages. Evaluate can do multiple if condition tasks. If any evaluate when condition satisfied, the list of statement will be executed under the when condition, and control will transfer to the next executable statement after ending of the evaluate. Means consider we have this evaluate statement and our this when condition is true, so it will execute this statement, and then our after executing of this statement, our control will go to the next statement after ending of the evaluate next statement. Okay. And what is difference between comp and comp3 variable? Comp means we represent the data in the form of binary. So pick close can contain s and 9 only, 9 number only. And like we have if we are giving the length s9 of 9 of 01 to s9 of 04, it means we are using the half word. Half word means we are using the 16-bit or 2 byte. And when we are using S9 of 5 to S9 of 9, it means full word, we are using here 4 byte. And when we are giving the S from S9 of 10 to S9 of 18, it means we are using the double word. Double word means we are using the 8 byte. Most significant bit is on if the case is negative. COM3 packed decimal representation. It means packed decimal representation. Two digits are stored in each byte. Okay, and last nibble is for sign. F means unsigned positive, and C means for the sign positive. Okay, and D means for the sign negative. If we our value is negative, so it will store D in the form of packed decimal. And what is the formula for the bytes? Here we use the n by 2 plus 1. And if we are giving like S9 of consider 09, so what it will store, it will do 9 by 2 plus 1, it means 9 8, it will store the 5 bytes. And what are differences between term and universal life insurance? Term life insurance covers the policy holder for a specific period of time, such as 10 or 20 years, and universal life is a type of permanent coverage that can last for the policyholder's lifetime. In addition to that benefit, like a term life policy, universal life also has a saving component that build up over time. Means what is the saving component? Means it is a cash value. It stores the cash value. Okay. Thanks guys. That's all from my side. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. If you have any doubt or query, please write that down into the below comment box. Thank you very much once again. Bye bye.